Hello everyone. So today we will discuss questions based upon data interpretation. So anyway, I have a classified data interpretation in six categories. We'll be having six types of the questions of data interpretation. Questions based upon a percentage, and you would have seen a lot of questions has come only based upon percentage from data interpretation part. And then we'll be having questions based upon average and allegation. Basic questions we will see based upon average and allegation. We'll see what types of the questions they can make, and some of my questions I will put there, so you should be having better understanding over it. We will see that, and what is the faster approach while solving these two types of the questions. And then we will look into questions based upon a number system, that not number system exactly, but use of numbers in data interpretation, that we will look into. And questions based upon graph. I can't graph miss when data is given to us in the format of x and y axis, and y and x axis. So these questions, and questions based upon variable and fixed cost, which you would have seen a lot of questions has come from this particular part in cat. And then we will combine other questions. So these are the types which we are going to cover in today's session. So if you see what you're supposed to recall when you are starting with a percentage. So let's start with percentage. So when you are looking for data interpretation and you're looking for questions based upon percentage, you should be looking for only either growth rate, right? Growth rate, you should be knowing growth rate, or simple percentage change. Both of them are same. Whether we are looking for growth rate or we are looking for simple percentage change, both of them are equal to final value minus or difference, not minus, difference initial value divided by initial value in 200. So this is a growth rate, or we can say simple percentage change. Similarly, you would have come across questions based upon like this CAGR, right? CAGR, compound annual growth rate. So compound annual growth rate, it comes from compound interest actually, when we are charging compound interest annually. So we already know if you're looking for an amount in a compound interest, it comes out to be p into 1 plus r by 100 to the power n. So in this they're looking for value of r. So amount, we can immediately say it comes out to be final value. Principal, we can say it is a initial value. So immediately we can say from here it comes out to be r is equal to, right, from here we can find out r is equal to final value divided by initial value to the power n, right, to the power n minus 1 into 100, right, minus 1 into 100. This is called, this r we generally say it is compound annual growth rate. When they are looking for annually, this is not n, sorry, this is 1 upon n, this is not n, so 1 upon. When they are saying annually, then you have to divide by number of years, right? Otherwise, if they're looking for only compound growth rate, then this is called compound growth rate. So basic things. So simple growth rate we already know, compound growth rate we already know. If you're looking for SAGR, simple annual growth rate, then annually we can find out. Similarly, if they're looking for compound annual growth rate, so annually we can find out. So these two are basic things which you're supposed to remember while solving these questions. So why don't you guys start with the percentage and basic questions over percentage. So let's start with percentage here. So if you see first caselet in your sheet, you will come across this particular caselet. I think sheet I have mailed to everyone. Is everyone has got this sheet? Is everyone is having a LRDI sorry, DI sheet? Yes, so everyone has a DI sheet. So let's discuss with the questions immediately from here. So let's discuss the first question. So can you try out first question? It came definitely is a cat question in 2011. I don't recall. I think the 11 question is this. So please try out this question. Shruti, I think you're supposed to check the mail, the link mail and the last class. It was attached there only. So if you see the first question, in first question we are looking for a particular period from 1991 to 1993. We are looking for contribution of one particular one particular state is a maximum. This exactly we are looking for. So if you see from the given part, definitely total is given to us 1500 and we are looking for 25 percentage, yeah, sorry, 20 percentage, yeah. It is 1800, we are looking for 25%, and further it is given to us 2000, we are looking for 25%. So in this, what is maximum? We can definitely say the last part in 1993 is a maximum here, right? Similarly, if you look at the second part here, we are looking for 15 percentage of 2000, 20 percentage of 22,000, and finally we are looking for 20% of 24,000. So even see, you can number is big, percentage is big, this has to be the maximum possible. So here it is also maximum in this row. If you look at bajra here, in a bajra case, you can see 25 percentage of 500, it is equal to 125, and 15 percentage of 800 comes out to be 120. Others we should not look for this, because we are looking for 15 percentage of 600, which is anyway lesser than 15 percentage of 800. So this is 125, which is more. How much more? We know it is only 5 more from this part. Similarly, if you look at in terms of match, then it comes out to be, definitely we can immediately say 20 percentage of 500 is a maximum here. This is also maximum. And last part, if you see 10 percentage of 1200 and 10 percentage of 1000, 1000, it comes out to be 100 here. So ultimately we can see from here, this portion, if I'm not considering wheat, right, I'm not considering wheat, rice, and maize, then immediately we can say this particular portion is how much greater? Is 25 greater, right? And this particular portion, if I'm not considering all this also number, because in all these four cases, definitely 1992 is more compared to 1993. So no, sorry, 93 is more compared to 1992. So but in this only last portion, we can say it is a 40 more, because if you take 10 percentage of this, which comes out to be 140, if you take 10 percentage of 1000, which comes out to be 10. But if you look at other parameters here, that means when you're looking for this only, right, sorry, this 20 percentage of 1000, 1500, so 20 percentage of 1500 comes out to be 300, and 25 percentage comes out to be 400, right? So definitely 100 gap is there. So that's why 25 gap is anyway very small, because in other parameter we are having gap of more than 100 even. Similarly, if you look at this particular parameter, similarly you can neglect immediately from here, because if you're looking for 20 percentage of 2200, which comes out to be 440, and if you take 20 percentage of this, which comes out to be 480, so anyway it will nullify the gap of 40 from the last part. So definitely these, nothing, neither 1991 nor 1992 is maximum, only 1993 can be maximum. So right answer for the first question comes out to be answer option C for California. See, what exactly I wanted to show you, there is a no need to find out exact number and get the answer. Through comparison also we can reach up to the right answer option here. So right answer for this question comes out to be answer option C here. Similarly, move towards another question. In question number 2, they are looking for which crop showed decline in the production for 2 consecutive years from the period of 1991 to 1993. So look at, you should not worry about all 5 crops here. You should worry about only whatever is given to us in answer options. So if you see in answer option, they are speaking about, they are talking about only 3 crops. Bajra. So let's look at first of all bajra here. So here it is a 125. They're looking for decline. What is 15 percentage of 600? So if I'm looking for 15 percentage of 600, we already know it comes out to be 90, right? So 90 comes out to be a, so here decline, but from here it is not decline. and we are looking for exactly consecutive two declines, right? Two consecutive years. So it cannot be Bajra, definitely we can remove it. Look at the next part. Is it maize? So look at first of all, it comes out to be 20 percentage of 400. What is 20 percentage of 400? We already know it comes out to be 80 year, right? And you can see 15 percentage of 300. So 15 percentage of, see, even though there is a no need to calculate this, because you can immediately see it is an increase from here to here. We are looking for 15 percentage of 300 and we are looking for 20 percentage of 500. We already know 20 percentage of 500 is more than 15 percentage of 300. So again there is no need to check for further. So bajra is not possible, maize is not possible. Look at the another answer option which is given to us, rice. Even though you can see rice, it is also increase here. So again it is not possible, because 20 percentage of 2400 is always more than 20 percentage of 2200. So there is no need to look for further. So we can immediately say rice is also not possible. So right answer for question number 1 is C, and for question number 2 is D for Delhi. And similarly, you can try out question number 3 also, and you will get the right answer for question number 3 is answer option C for California. So these are the right answers for given case state. And you know how to approach. I just wanted to tell you how to approach. Generally, what happens when you're seeing these kind of the questions, you will try to find out all these numbers, and then you will do addition, and then you will try to solve this question, which is no need here. You will be wasting your time when you're trying to find out all these numbers. You have to look into that particular data, whatever they're asking in the given question, right? So my objective was to give you idea about how will you be solving questions based upon percentage. So let's move further and look at another questions based upon percentage. So look at case state number 2. So please think of this case state for next 2 to 3 minutes. You should not take more than 2 to 3 minutes, and definitely we will discuss further. What exactly is given to us in the this particular case state? Whatever data you are able to see, right? This given data, please remember, this given data is given to us in terms of only percentage. So if you come across any question based upon actual values, you know the answer. For all those questions, answer comes out to be can't say or cannot be determined. If you are seeing any question based upon actual values, so here you have to look into only those questions which are based upon either ratio or comparison, because ratio is also comparison. So only those questions you can solve, only those questions you can solve which are based upon only comparison or ratio. Other questions you cannot solve through the given data. So let's move further and look at what exactly they are giving us. So total cost per unit is given to us, right? Total cost per unit is definitely given to us. So it is a not very difficult question. So look at the first question. First question, they're looking for in what proportion PQS. So they're looking for in what proportion P, Q and S we supposed to mix, right? We supposed to mix, so that they are saying cost has to be lowest per unit. So when cost has to be lowest per unit, our whole objective is whatever ingredients we are going to use, our cost has to be lowest per unit. So when cost has to be lowest per unit, we have to look into P, because if you look at ingredient P, here cost of P is the lowest here. So that means this ingredient has to be maximum there. So we have to make sure P has to be maximum from the given answer options. So if you look at PQS, right? If you look at PQS here and look at the answer option 1. So in answer option 1, contribution of P, you can see it comes out to be 2 divided by 6, right? Sorry, 2 divided by 6 from the answer option 1. From the answer option C, sorry, answer option 2, you can see contribution of P comes out to be 4 by 7. And from answer option 3, you can see contribution of P comes out to be 2 by 7. And look at the answer option 4, contribution of P comes out to be 3 divided by 6. And last answer option, which is answer option 5, and the contribution of P comes out to be 4 by 6. So you tell me, out of these answer options, which answer option is representing the maximum contribution of P? Which one is the maximum? So definitely we know from all these answer options, 5 4 by 6 is the maximum amount. So right answer for this question, answer option E. Now when you got this, just go back and verify whether we are fulfilling all the given data or not, because they're looking for 60% is carbohydrate. So when they're looking for 60% is carbohydrate and they are saying we are going to add in the ratio of 4 is to 1 is to 1. So to see whether it is 4 is to 1 is to 1 or not, because if you take P here, 80% is carbohydrate, and when you take Q here, it is 10% is carbohydrate. So 4 units, right, 4 units of P I have taken, plus 1 unit of Q I have taken, and 1 unit of S I have taken, and this divide by how much? 6. So this is anyway comes out to be more than, it anyway comes out to be more than 60%, right? It is anyway more than 60%. So immediate, because why I'm able to say indirectly immediately more than 60%, because if you multiply here at 60% is what, this has to be, it has to be more than 360. So this number is anyway more than 360, because if you see it comes out to be 320 from here only, and still we left with 55 here. So anyway it is more than 360. That's why I'm able to say right answer for this question, answer option 5. So I hope you understood what exactly I have done. First, I have tried to find out which one will give us the lowest cost, and then we are able to decide whether it is fulfilling all the given conditions which they are asking in the question. So through this, we can immediately say answer option 5 is the right answer for the given question. Now look at the second question. Right? If you look into second question here, in second question they are looking for companies planning to make balanced diet in some particular ingredients, and some conditions are there. It should be having carbohydrate, right? Carbohydrate has to be at least 30%. Okay, we look for that. And second, they are saying, and protein has to be at least 30%. Very good. And look at another data which is given to us here. Fat has to be less than, not more than 25%. So fat has to be less than equal to 25%. That's meaning of not more than 25%. And minerals has to be at least 5%. So when they are giving minerals at least 5%, so minerals has to be 5%, then P is out anyway, because if you're using P only with the Q and O, that in that case it will give 5%, otherwise it will not give 5%. So let's look at answer option A first. O and P. If you see O and P, you can see from here your in this scenario your protein comes out to be 25%, because 50 divided by 2 is equal to 25%, and we are looking for at least 30% protein. This is out. Look at the answer option 2, R and S. So R and S is the answer option 2. In this case you can see minerals comes out to be 2.5%. This answer option is also out. Look at the answer option C, P and S. If you see P and S here, you can see your minerals is again comes out to be 2.5%. So this is again out, right? Sorry, R and S, I did mistake, I'm sorry. R and S, it is this comes out to be 5%, but R and S, you can see from here your carbohydrate comes out to be 25%. So R S I'm removing because of carbohydrate, not because of minerals, because minerals is 5 there, but carbohydrate comes out to be 25%. That's why I'm removing it. Look at the answer option D, Q and R. If you see Q and R, in Q and R carbohydrate again comes out to be 7.5%, but we are looking for 30% carbohydrate. And when 4 answer options are wrong, we should not check for answer option E, that has to be right. So right answer for this question comes out to be O and S. And now you can see after examination, your carbohydrate definitely more than 30%, your protein more than 30%, your fat is less than 5% even, and your minerals are 7.5%. So this everything getting satisfied. So right answer for this question comes out to be answer option E for England. Now look at next question here. Now we are looking for question number 3 here. In question number 3, if you see, they are looking for diet is containing 10% is mineral. Question is over here only. You should not look for any other data. As soon as you will see minerals has to be 10%, because if minerals has to be 10%, then you have only these two ingredients. If you mix these two ingredients in 1:1 ratio, or any ratio, right? If you miss these two ingredients in any ratio, it will always give you 10% minerals. right? Except this, if you combine it with any other thing, it will definitely reduce, because 10% is, if you combine with 5%, this has to be between 10 and 5. It will be 10 when we are not using a single entity of 5, right? It will be 5 when we are not using a single entity of 10. So in this case, only one diet can be created with the use of only O and Q. So right answer for this question comes out to be 1, which is answer option A. So right answers for this question, answer option for question number 1, answer option E is right. For question number 2, answer option E is right. And for question number 3, answer option A is right. So I hope you understood how will you be approaching questions based upon comparison. You can see all these questions are based upon comparison and basic understanding of percentage. So they are trying to put something given data here, and they're asking to solve these questions based upon basic understanding. So let's move further and look at another question based upon percentage. I will discuss 2 3 questions based upon percentage, then we'll move towards another concept here. So let's discuss another question. So try out this questions from case set number 3. Right, it's a case set number 3, questions from 1 to 4. So take 2 to 3 minutes, try out this question, 2 to 3 minutes, and then we will discuss what exactly I have done. So here you can see in this question number 1 was based upon only gap, right? First question based upon gap, when gap of 1 became half. So question is based upon only percentage change, right? So this is the maximum percentage change happening when 1 is becoming half, 50 percentage change. Right answer is 1. Question number 2, they're looking for a percentage change over percentage change. So 2004 to 5, it is a increase of 47%, and 6 to 7, increase of 30%. They're looking for change over that. So change over that, you can see question number 2 here, change over that. So it comes out to be, if you look at what exactly they're looking for. They're looking for, in the last sentence you can read the question, which of the following closest percentage change in growth rate of 2007 relative to growth rate of 2005. So 2007 to 2005. So definitely whatever comes after then, comparison is happening over 2005, so definitely 47 will come in bottom. So how much change has happened? Change of 17. The change we can see from here, right? Change of 17, and this change we supposed to calculate over 47. So we are looking for 17 change over 47, which comes out to be 36 point something, right? If you convert into percentage, it comes out to be 36 point something. So when it is 36 point something, which answer option will you pick from the given answer options? Definitely answer option C is right, which is given to us 35, because other answer options are far apart. Similarly, if you move further and look at next question based upon difference between estimated subscription in Europe 2008, and if so what exactly they are saying? They are saying whatever growth has happened from 2006 to 2007. So we can see from here, from 2006, right? If you see from 2006 to 2007, there's a growth of 30%. Now they are saying difference between estimated subscription in Europe in 2008. So they're looking for difference here. But if you see answer options, which answer option immediately you can remove? Answer, there are 5 answer options: 50, 80, 20, 10, and 0. And you can see these 3 answer options are pretty close. So you can remove these 3 answer options. These 3 answer options are not possible. Right answer is either 50 or 80. So probability of getting right answer is 50%. So that's how you're supposed to approach data interpretation. That's how answer options are given to you. So now if it is happening 30% increase, right? If you can see from here, question number 3. So it was 500. If it is having increase of 30%, you can see from graph also, it is we can see this is a 30% increase. Now they're looking for if this increase is happening with the same percentage. So it is 500. So when this number will get increased by 30%, this number will become 650. So what is difference here? You can see it is 600, but according to question it has to be 650. So difference comes out to be here 50 here. So right answer for this question is 50, which we can immediately say comes out to be answer option A for Ahmedabad. So right answer is A for Ahmedabad. Right, so 50 here. So all of them are basic questions. I hope you understood. So we know from 7 to 6 to 7, increase of 30%. Same increase happening from 7 to 8, so which comes out to be 650. So difference comes out to be a 50 here. So right answer is 50 for the given question. Now look at the question number 4, because for question number 4 there is a no need you should go back and solve this question, because there is no need of graph altogether for this particular question. And what exactly I'm trying to represent here, because it is given to us 60% of subscriber in Europe were men. So I have taken 60, if I'm taking total subscribers are 100, so 60% comes out to be men, and remaining of 40 will be women. And they are saying this men are increasing by 5% per annum. So the multiple factor comes out to be 1.07, and for 7 years it is 1.05 to the power 7. And women's are increasing by 10%. So multiple factor is 1.1, and it is happening for 7 years to the power 7. And how will you be calculating this to the power 7? It is easy to calculate. You can write down this number as a 1.05 whole square, 1.05 whole square into 1.05. So 1.05 whole square, we know how to do it, right? It comes out to be 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, right? So it will come 1.1 how many times? It will come only 3 times, because the last number, this is 1.1, this is 1.1, this is 1.1, right? Now 1.1 into 1.1, it is a 1.2. So 1.2 into 1.1, it will end with 1.31. So that's why I have written 1.31. So that's how it comes out to 1.31, right? So this is 1.1 from here, 1.1 from here, this is approximately 1.1. So if you multiply it, comes out to be 1.2 into 1.1. So 1.2 into 1.1 comes out to be 1.31, right? 1.31, it comes out to be 1.31 here. So this we can say it is 1.31. So we can multiply 1.31 and get the answer 78.6. And finally, if you look at another part here, right? Another part, how will you calculate 1.1 to the power 7? You can immediately see here, this is a 1.1 to the power 7 here. When we are multiplying this number 7 number of times, this will give you 1.2, this will give you 1.2, right? This will give you 1.2, and this is 1.1. So approximately it comes out to be 2.1. So you multiply by 2.1, it comes out to be 84. So now this comes out to be 78.6, and this comes out to be 84. Together if you do it, it comes out to be 162.6. So 100 it was, now it became 162.6. How much increase is there? We can immediately say 62.6% increase is there. Now you can see from the answer option which answer option will you pick. So we know answer option A for Ahmedabad is right. Right, A for Ahmedabad is right. That's the answer 62. Answer option C and D are not possible because these two answer options are pretty close. So we can remove these two answer options in first round. So right answer you can immediately see, you can write down for this particular caselet number 3. It comes out to be D, C, A, and A. These are the right answers for the given caselet. So I hope you understood how will you be approaching questions based upon percentage. So these were the questions based upon percentage. So percentage questions we have already discussed here, right? Percentage we have discussed completely. So percentage is over. Now second part comes out to be questions based upon average and allegation. So when you are talking about the questions based upon average and allegation, then it comes out to be average we already know, right? Anyway, we are not going to use average while solving questions. We have better method of doing it, as we have discussed in class. So we will be using deviation method while solving these questions. But look at the average. Average we already know, sum of observations divided by number of observations, right? This is the average part, right? Sum of observations divided by number of observations. And allegation we already know, when you are rice price is a 45 rupees per kg and 50 rupees per kg. If you mix these two rice and looking for prices 40 rupees 47 rupees per kg, then we know we have to mix this rice in the ratio of 3 is to 2. This is the allegation part. So we will use these two parameters and we will use deviation method while solving questions based upon average and allegation. So let's discuss questions based upon average and allegation. You can look, this is case number 4. Try out this caselet. Right. Just read this caselet. I will give you overview of this caselet after 2 minutes. So let's start with this question and how will you be approaching this particular question. Let's see. If you if you see this question, in first question they are looking for only one missed number, right? If you see in the first question, they're looking for find the find the value of this particular portion. This exactly they're looking for in this particular question here, right? So see here, as we know, our average is already fixed here, which is given to us 96. So we will use our deviation method because average is fixed here. If you see average of this particular section, it is given to us 98. How much it has deviated from 96? We notice plus 2. So I have written plus 2 here. Similarly, average of mathematics groups comes out to be 95. So how much it has deviated? It is minus 1. So I have written minus 5 here. Similarly, if you look at the average of social science group, it comes out to be right 95 and 96. So it comes out to be 95.5. So how much it deviated? 0.5 minus 0.5. And look at the vernacular, if you see average here comes out to be 95 exactly. So how much it got deviated? Minus 1. And finally this average we supposed to find out, so that's why I have written here x, and this should be equal to 0 because we are taking difference from 96. Average from 96 and 0, difference is 0 here. So x comes out to be plus 5. That means average of this particular section has to be plus 0.5 more than 96. That means average of this particular English group has to be 96.5. To make average 96.5, we know this question mark sign should be having 97, because if you make 97, then only this average will be 96.5, otherwise it will not be. So right answer for this question comes out to be 97. So that's how you will be approaching questions based upon this. There are 5 questions, I'm leaving it to you. You should be approaching like this kind of the questions, right? I will not be discussing this question. If you want to see how will we what are the answer for these questions, you can go in this way, because you can see I have done all these questions based upon deviation approach. Because if you try to find out average and then solving these questions, it will take huge amount of time because huge data is given to us. So when data is used, then we can use this particular method. But look at next case study I will prefer to discuss because a good case set. So why don't you guys try out case set number 5? Take 3 minutes. So first we can see here average gross pay got increased by 70, sorry, it is 70%. So gross pay comes out to be for HR, it is 5,000 from average basic pay and 70% extra, so it comes out to be 8,500. Similarly, if you look at the next part, we are looking for marketing department here. So the guy's salary is given to us 8,000, and now it is becoming a it is getting increased by 80%, but 10% extra, so comes out to be 90%. So finally it comes out to be 15,200. Now we know if first one was 8,500 and second is 8,500, then average will remain 8,500. But it is not like this. Second one is more, that's why average of HR department will also increase. And we know you can see for if you can see from here how many people are we are having, it is given to us 5 people. With this salary, how many people we are having one person. So I have taken this is 8,500, right? This is if I have taken out 8,500 out from here, how much will left out? 6,700 will left out. And this 6,700 we extra we are having, it will get equally divided among all the people. So if I'm dividing equally, it comes out to be 1116. So everybody's pay or everyone's pay will get increased by 1116. So how much increase is there? We can immediately see from here this average was 8,500, now it is getting increased by 1116, so increase comes out to be 13.1%. So which answer option will you pick? Answer option C will you pick for this particular reason. Right? Similarly, if you move further and look at question number 2 here, see the question number 2. In question number 2, it is one mutual transfer is happening, right? In question number 2, they are saying one guy is from marketing is going to finance, and finally finance is going to marketing, and then finally they are getting transferred to HR department. So some change is happening altogether. So you can recall mutual transfer here. That means number of people in marketing and finance department are not changing, those number of people are fixed here. This is given to us. Even though it is also given to us, if you see, it is given to us average of finance department got increased by right 1 year. So So average of finance getting increased by 1 year, but marketing department average is not changing, it is remaining same. So if you see marketing department, there are 30 people are here and 35 people, 35 is the average is given to us. But what exactly is happening through that mutual transfer? Number of people are not changing in a finance department, number of people are not changing, but you can see average got increased by 1. So try to understand different way altogether. Assume that there are 30 people, right, and everyone is having 35 coins in his or her pocket, right? So one person will go here with 35 coins, and now here we are having 20 people, and everyone, right, here we are having 20 people, and everyone in his or her pocket are having 30 coins. Now when this person came from marketing department, what exactly has happened? Everyone's coin got increased by 1. Now everyone is having 31 coins. So what exactly has happened? Actually, this person who came here with 35 coins, he has given 1 coin to each person. So how many coins will he give? He will give 20 coins. So he gave 20 coins and 1 coin to each person, then average became 35, and then this person will left with remaining 15 coins, and this person got transferred to your HR department. So a guy who is going in HR department, average age of that guy comes out to be 15. That's how it is given to us. So we know average age of HR department is given to us 45, and one guy transferred there, got transferred with the average of 15, and they are looking for what will be the average here if number of people are 5 and 1 fixed here. This exactly they're looking for, right? This exactly they're asking here. So definitely if you go through answer options, you are able to pick immediately. If you see answer option D is anyway not possible, 45, and similarly 15 and 40 45 are not possible answer options. But if you look at 40 here, if you put 40 here, you can see difference comes out to be 5 here, and another case you can see difference comes out to be 35, which is also not possible, sorry, 25, right, which is a possible case, right, which is a possible case. So average becomes 40 here. So right answer for this question comes out to be 40, which is answer option C for California. So I hope you understood what exactly I have done. So this was not given to us. We got to know one guy who's going to HR department, his age will be 15 years, then 15 will get combined with 45 with the ratio of 5 is to 1, which is number of people with 45 average with number of people with 15 average. So it comes out to when you will take 40 here. So right answer is 40 for this question, which is answer option C. Question number 3 I'm not discussing because it's easy question compared to question number 1 is a direct question. So definitely we can mark the answer for question number 3, which comes out to be answer option B for Bangalore. Yeah, 12.5. So right answer for question number 3 is B for Bangalore. So right answers comes out to be C, C and B. These are the right answers for this particular case. So let's move further and look at another case set also. So let's discuss this question. In this question, everything is given to us very much clear. So it's an easy question I will consider because total number of people involved in this question is given to us, which is 800, right? It is fixed here. It is 800. So out of 800, they have given to us 80% of whom are secondary section. So 80% of 800, which is 640. So in secondary section we have written 640, and remaining got equally distributed between class 11 and class 12. So how many of them are left out? 160 left out. So 80 will go to class 12 and remaining 80 will go to class 11. Now out of 80 which will go to class 12, 48 because of 0.6, 40 will be 48 will be male and remaining will be vegetarian. Similarly, 80 who will go to class 11, out of this 55 we can immediately find out which comes out to be 44, and remain, this has to be not 44, 40 approximately. So it comes out to be 40 here, and remaining will go to at this particular position. And as we know, 640 is here, and out of 640 is here, out of 640, 55, 352 has gone here, the remaining left out 288, right? Summation of everything we can see, this comes out to be 380 and this comes out to be 424. Now look at the questions. So if you see questions now, in the first question they're asking what is the percentage of male in secondary section. So male we know from a secondary section comes out to be 288 out of 640, which comes out to be 45%. Yeah. Similarly, look at this question number 2 here. In question number 2, you can immediately see out of 32, we can see 8 are male and 24 are female. Out of 48, we can see 8 are vegetarian and 40 are non-vegetarian. Right. So right answer for this particular question, we can immediately say it comes out to be answer option D for Delhi. So right answer for this question is 16 here, so which is D for Delhi. Right. And similarly, you can try out a question number 3 here also. And if you try, I'm not discussing here, question number 3 you can try out. So for question number 3, you're supposed to get what is the percentage of vegetarian students class 12 is the question. So it comes out to be answer option 40%, which is answer option A. So for question number 3, answer has to be A, which is 40%. Right. So I hope you understood how will you be approaching these questions. I will not be discussing question number caselet number 7. It's a easy caselet. If you just classify, you can write down the answer options. It's a very easy caselet in terms of solving questions. So definitely I'm not discussing this caselet. So you'll be solving this caselet your own, but you can look at the approach here. But you can move further. Caselet 8, try out this case. It was a good caselet based upon allegation. So I'm trying out caselet number 10 here. Look at the caselet number 10, right? 10, and take 2 to 3 minutes to solve this caselet. In this caselet, you're supposed to find out sorry, which particular graph is representing which particular stream. That's the only thing which you're supposed to find out. So if you're able to decode that which graph is representing marketing, OB, finance and OM, that's more than enough to decide the answer of any question here. And that's not difficult part to decode here. The reason behind it, because you can see here, because everywhere one person has joined at the age of 25, but in one particular case, retirement as well as joining, both of them are happening simultaneously. So in this particular scenario, there has to be 2 drops, because if average is constant, see, you can see here, if number of people are constant, then average of family will be increasing by 1 each year. That you can see increase is happening of 1 year here, right? You can see increase of 1 year is happening here, increase of 1 year is happening here, like this is happening. And why here only happening increase of 1 in 2 places? The reason behind it, because at one place there is joining, and another place it is a retirement. That's why at 2 places the drops are coming. And but in other places only 1 drop is there. The reason behind, because only 1 joining is happening, there is no retirement. So if you're able to decode what particular graph this particular graph is representing what particular stream, then we can solve definitely question number 1 from here. Right? Question number 1 is based upon only this particular reason. And how will you be doing it? Because we know if number of people are not changing here, next year this has to be 46. Average will get increased by 1, but 1 person joined, that's why average came down to 43. So average has to be 46 next year, but 1 person joined at the age of 25, that's why average came down to 43 here. So this has to be in the ratio of 18 and 3, but one parameter is, you can immediately see it is fixed. This 25 is fixed. How many people are having age of 25? It is only 1 person. So when this becomes 1, then other becomes 6. Now you can immediately fix here. When this number is given to us 6, it is represented by only OM. So this is given to us OM here. This we can say it is OM. Right. Similarly, you can look another part also here. Right. Another part we can immediately say from here. If you look at this particular part, next year it has to be 50.33. But because 1 person joined here, right, 1 person joined, that's why it came down to 40 here, 44 here. So 40 at 40, I can see from here, 40 is there. So when 1 person is joining, so this has to be not 50 here, 40, sorry, 50.33, and this has to be 25. And then we can see it comes down to 44 here. When this is given to us 44 here, we can immediately say this ratio comes out to be 3:1. So when ratio is 3:1, then we can say this portion is given to us actually marketing. So this is given to us marketing. This one we have fixed is given to us OM, and similarly you can find out for this particular graph it will be coming actually OB. Like this is a OB and this is a finance, and that's how you can answer question number 1 here. And the question number 1 comes out to be finance because two drops are here. That means joining as well as retirements, both of them are happening in this particular place. Now look at here question number 2 here. In question number 2 they're looking for where retirement is happening, right? In question number 2 they're looking for in which year new faculty member joined. So either you have to find out where retirement is happening or where one person is joining. Any one of them will be enough to answer this particular question, because assume that if retirement is happening in 2002, then we know in 2003 another person is joining. Sorry, when retirement is happening in 2001, then we can immediately say the new person will be joining in 2002. This is how you will be approaching these kind of the questions here. So we know if I say one joining is happening here, right? Now we got to the finance, and finance we already know in finance we are having 5 members. So if I say one joining is happening at this in 2002, assume that it is happening in 2002. The meaning of this, if joining is happening in 2002, the meaning of this retirement has already happened in 2001. That means the number of people will get reduced by 1 year. So we know number of people in finance department were 5. Now because of retirement it will become 4, but this 49 will become 50 next year with 4 people. So 50 with 4 people, right? And this 25 with 1 person. So if it finally comes down to 45, comes down to 45. If ratio of this it is 4:1, the meaning of this our assumption is right. If ratio is not 4:1, that means our assumption is wrong. Then answer is 2001. So you have to look into, when you take this 50 and take this 25 and you take this 45, then if ratio comes out to be 4:1, then right answer is 2002. Otherwise right answer is 2001. So we can see from here it comes out to be 4:1. So right answer for this question comes out to be 2002. So right answer for the given question, answer option C for California. I hope you understood how will you be approaching this question, right? Now look at question number 3 is easy question, right? 3, if you want to discuss 3 also, you can see from here. We know a person joining in this particular department, which is OM, in 2001. So at the time of joining his age was 25, and they're asking what will be his age in 2003. So it will get increased by 2 times, it will become 27. So right answer for this question comes out to be 27, which is answer option C here. Now look at question number 4 here. In question number 4 you can see they are looking for 2 professors are here, and at particular time one born at one born in 1947, other born in 1950. So at the same time their age will be 52 plus 5 months and 49 plus 5 months. This is given to us. Together we can immediately say age comes out to be 101 approximately, right? And now what exactly they're looking for? They're looking for who has been the same area. Sorry, they're looking for here what was the third faculty member age. So when we already know in this particular scenario in marketing department we are having 3 faculty members, and out of 3 faculty members we got to know age of 2 faculty members, and average of 3 is already given to us, then definitely we can find out the age of the remaining left out person, which comes out to be 42 here. So right answer for this question, answer option D here. So what exactly I have done, you can see it comes out to be this. Total age comes out to be 148. So remaining part comes out to be this particular, which approximately equal to 52 age. So right answer for this question is 52, because they're looking for age in a particular year, right? In 2005. At the time when I'm looking for, age was only 47 plus 5 months, but it will get increased 3 times, so it will become 52. 4 times, right? Because they're looking for 2005. What data is given to us here about 2000. So age will get increased by 5 years. This age 47 plus 5 age is given to us in 2000, and we are looking for age in 2005. So it will get increased by 5. So it is approximately 52. So right answer is 52. Yeah. So I hope you understood how will you be solving questions based upon allegation. So this is the allegation based question. If you look at next question here, the same question based upon allegation. The whole point of this question is you supposed to find out the ratio of 4:2, right? 4:2. So if you're able to find out ratio of 4 is to 2, this question become very easy. Otherwise, a difficult question altogether, because you can see ultimately you have to look into what exactly is given to us. So you supposed to look into, because only one data is given to us clearly. This is a given data which is given to us altogether. So average of this, combining the average of this is equal to this. This is given to us, right? 90, 60, 80, 60, 50. Only E is complete here, right? Only E is complete, which is given to us. You can see for the first is 90, then it is given to us 60, then finally it is and further other data is also given to us. So whatever data is given to us, through this particular data we can find out the average for both of them, right? If you look at the average for first part, average for first part comes out to be 300, right? It is 300. So not 300, I'm sorry, it's not 300, because if you do 90 plus 60, which comes out to be 150, and 150 you will do 80, which comes out to be 230, and 230 you will do with 60, which comes out to be 290, and 290 plus 50 you will do, which comes out with 340, and 340 you have to divide by 1 2 3 5, which comes out to be 68. So this average given to us 68 average you will be combining with other one is given to us 88 plus 72 by 2, which comes out to be, right, which comes out 88 plus 72, which is equal to 160. So it comes out to be 80 here. So it comes out to be 70.4. If you see, it comes out to be 4 is to 1 actually. Yeah, 4 is to 1. So you have to look into whatever is given to us. We are dividing the ratio of 4 is to 1. The total is given to us 250 here. 250 we have to divide the ratio of 4 is to 1. That means exams will be 200 and GDPI together will be 50. And when exams are 200, we can individually divide also. Every weightage of every portion it is given to us 40 here, right? Weightage of every portion it is 40 here, and weightage of GD and PI it is given to us 25 and 25. So like this we'll be approaching these particular questions. Now when this data is given to us, these questions are easy ones. You can find whatever you want to find out. So these are the allegation based questions. I have shown you answers how we'll be approaching these questions. You can look into these answers of these questions, right? For the age score, everything you can find out. Age score comes out to be 16 here, right? Answer for the first question, what is the age score? It comes out to be 16 here, because through this, through 68 and 80 we can find out of 4 is to 1. After getting 4 is to 1, average of 68 62.2, we can immediately find out 8, right? This we can do. So answer for question number 1 is 16. Like this we'll be approaching remaining questions from this particular caselet. Now look at this particular caselet. In this particular caselet, if you see, again questions are based upon allegation. Here you can see a 20% you combine with a 5%, it comes out to be 15%. So ratio is given to us here 2 is to 1, right? 2 is to 1 ratio is given to us between local and study, right? This is a 2 is to 1 ratio. And similarly, if you see a 15 from here and 10 from here, it becomes 12 there. So 10, 15, 10, 12, it becomes 12. So we can immediately say ratio between local study and 2000, it becomes 2 is to 3 ratio. So when we got the ratios 2 is to 3 1 year and 2 is to 3 year, these questions are basic questions according to given data, because you can immediately find out from the question number 1, because it is given to us 400 crore, right? So you can fix other numbers immediately. So when it is given to us uh, for uh, for plan A in 1999, it given to us 400 crore, so it becomes 2000, right? When this is given to us 20% is 400, the 100% comes out to be 2000. So when it is 2000, this ratio is given to us 2 is to 1. We can find out 1000 here. Together comes out to be 3000. Now here to here increase is given to us 100%. So it comes out to be 6000. And 6000 we have to divide the ratio of 2 is to 3. So which comes out to be 2400 and 3600. So that's how we got all the data. And through this, whatever question they're looking for, we can solve those questions here. So answer for question number 1 is B. Second, you can this calculation is required for that, and third is answer option A. So you can see all these questions are based upon allegation. How will you be solving these questions, right? So I hope you understood the way of approaching these questions, right? All the questions I have solved here, but there is no need to look into further, right? Before moving towards another section or another question, you can look into questions based upon caselet 17, because I repeat caselet 2-3 times in cat. So please try out questions caselet 17 here. Take 2 minutes. So look at the question 1 for this particular caselet. It is given to us, one person Bhama got calls from all the colleges. What has to be minimum aggregate? Definitely his aggregate has to be at least 180, right? 180 aggregate has to be there. So we can see if he wants to clear section A cutoff, he's supposed to score 45, which is a college 5 cutoff. Section B cutoff highest is 45, so 45 is here. And section C highest cutoff is 46, so 46 is here. And finally, you will get to know he's as well as he's supposed to score minimum 180, right? He's supposed to score minimum 180. So from here you can see it is a 45. He will be clearing section D cutoff. So I have taken all the cutoffs here only section basis, which comes out to be 181. So right answer for question number 1 comes out to be answer option B for Bangalore. Look at the question number 2 here. In question number 2, C got called from 2 colleges. What could be the minimum marks obtained by him in a section? So when he is getting cut off, he is getting called from 2 colleges. So let's, when you are trying to solve these questions, try to increase the try to increase remaining sections, and that's how you can reduce one particular section here. So if you look at, if he is getting, I'm assuming if he is getting called only from this college or college number 6, and he is getting call from college number 3. These 2 colleges he is getting. So when he is getting and his summation is fixed, because if you want to get call that, or you can take some other numbers, you can take these two, some minimum numbers, you take these 2 numbers. If he wants to get call from these 2 colleges, so when he wants to get call from these 2 colleges, there is a no cutoff here. So okay, we can put whatever number we want here. We have to put more than 45, and definitely here we have to put more than 46. So I want to make it at least 175 here. So I have taken 15 first case, 15 second case, 15 third case, because in for these 2 colleges there is a no cutoff here. So left out part comes out to be 25. So minimum he is scoring in one section is equal to 25 here. So right answer for this question comes out to be 25. Similarly, if you look at question number 3 here, in question number 3, Aditya did not get called from even single college and he scored maximum. So how is it possible when he is scoring maximum? So let's see. I'm assuming that he's a second one. What exactly I have done? Just try to understand, Suresh. What exactly I have done? I want he should be scoring minimum, right, in one section. So if he is clearing overall cutoff of these 2 and getting called from here, that means if he is not able to clear overall cutoff of remaining colleges, definitely he will not be getting called. So what I assume, he will clear only these 2 colleges. So I have written as 175 overall cutoff. Now here he, for these 2 he's supposed to score more than 45 here, right? So I have taken a maximum possible here, because maximum possible is given to us 50. So 50 here and 50 here. Now either you can take 50 here, write on 25 here, or you can write on 50 here, write on 25 here, because we have to minimize one section. So for that we have to maximize other section. So I have maximized this, so we have to minimize this, because summation is fixed 175. So it comes out to be 25. So right answer is 25. I hope you understood now. I'm doing this slightly fast, but let's try to catch up with the pace. And look at the last question. Aditya did not get called from even a single college. What hit his could be maximum score? So when he is not getting called from single college, I will look into only this particular section, because for section C we are having 4 colleges in hand, and if he is not able to clear cutoff in section C, he will not be getting called from this, and these 4 colleges. So remove these 4 colleges. If he is scoring 41 in this particular section, So he will not clear cutoff of this. Similarly, remaining two colleges, 4 and 6, if he is scoring 43 in this section, definitely he will not be getting call from these two colleges. So all the colleges are over. Remaining he can maximize. This is 50, this is 50, which comes out to be 184. So he can score 184 even though he cannot get call from any college. So right answer for this question comes out to be 184. So like this, we have completed this particular caselet, and you can write down in the right answer. These are the right answers of this caselet, right? So I hope you understood how will you be approaching questions based upon allegation and average, right? So these are the easy caselet. Caselet number 17 and 18, both of them are easy caselet, and you can both of them are try out again, and you can get to know how will you be approaching these caselets. Now let's move towards. So if you see, we have done two parameters here. Now I am moving towards another kind of caselet like x and y caselet. These caselets are very easy, which are based upon x and y caselets. So caselets are like this. So all caselets I have put in one shot. You can look into caselet number 13, 14, 15 and 16, right? 13, 14, 15 and 16. Please read all these caselets and try to solve, and take close to 10 to 12 minutes, right? Take 10 to 12 minutes, try to solve as much as you can fast, then we'll discuss all the cases together. For all these cases, as I told you, your answer is always one line away, because if you draw this line represents us when demand is equal to supply. So when demand is equal to supply, questions become very easy, because at least you can do comparison immediately. So if you see question number 1 here, for how many kinds of grain supply is falling short of demand. So this is representing a supply, this portion y-axis, and the demand. So for how many kind of grain supply is falling short is our objective to find out in this particular question. So definitely you can see what kind of the grains it is. So it is for jowar it is there, right? For rice it is there, and for bajra it is there. So for this, demand is high, but supply is falling short. But for W it is no point, because it is completely meeting here, all these are completely meeting. So supply is enough for, but demand is less. But see, what you understand, this portion is showing us when your demand is more, supply is less, and this portion is showing us when your supply is more and demand is less. So in this portion we are looking for supply is falling short, that means demand is more. So it comes out to only for B, R and J. So only three, right? Three grains are there. So right answer is answer option C for the first question. Look at the question number 2 here. In question number 2, they are looking for in which of the following countries demand for all the 4 years fully met. So we are looking for country wise it is a fully meeting. You can see that means everything should come over this line, and over this line you can see only India is coming, but India is not able to maintain its position, because in this particular range, so there is no country like that which is able to manage completely. So answer for this question comes out to be answer option D for Delhi. Now look at the question number 3 here. In question number 3, they are looking for any country which of the following grains has a maximum surplus. What is the meaning of maximum surplus? That means maximum surplus comes out to be your supply is huge but demand is very less. That means this difference has to be maximum. And as we know, if you look at this line, over this line difference is equal to 0. That means they are looking for which portion is a maximum far away from this particular line. So you can see from here only this is the fastest, this is a far away compared to other, right? This is the farthest. So it is given to us, it answer for this question comes out to be B, bajra, because it is given to us this difference is a maximum compared to any other difference in the graph. So when this difference for bajra is a maximum, so right answer comes out to be bajra, which is answer option D for Delhi, right, which is again D. And similarly you can see question number 4, answer is again D for Delhi for last question also. Right, so these are the questions. One question 90% comes in a paper. So look at same question, this again you can see this question also. If you draw this line, we know this line is representing us what, then 100 divided by 1000, 200 divided by 2000, 300 divided by 3000, 400 divided by 4000, which is given to us 10% is profit. So if you see first question, you will get to know immediately exceed 10% turnover, which comes out to be answer option B for Bangalore. You have to count number of countries: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right answer is 7 for this case. And similarly, you can see answer for question number 2 comes out to be B for Bangalore. So both the questions were very easy in this regard. Now look at next question. When this question came, then this line was already given to us here, right? Line was already given to us. This line, there is no need to draw this line. It was given in paper. So this, and they have given us what this line is indicating. That means when x-axis is equal to y-axis, this line is indicating when income is equal to expenditure. Now look at the first question. In first question, they are looking for family has highest average expenditure. So highest expenditure, they're looking for number which is far from, right, this line, as well as we can say far from y-axis. So it comes out to be Kumars. So Kumars are far from this. It comes out to be not, sorry, uh, the highest average expenditure. They're looking for highest average expenditure. So highest average expenditure they're looking for. So highest average expenditure representing only the number which is far from y-axis, because highest average expenditure will decide over this particular line. So highest average expenditure comes out to be only for number which is a far from y-axis, so which comes out to be Dubey, not the Kumar, because Kumar is anyway lying between 1000 2000, but Dubey is lying between 2000 and 3000. So average expenditure high is for only Dubey. So right answer is D for Delhi. Look at the question number 2 here. If you look at question number 2, which family has the lowest average income? So if you're looking for lowest average income, then we can immediately say the lowest average income comes out to be when income when number is coming in, because income is representing by this y-axis. So if you go above here, then definitely it comes out to be your income is increasing, but they're looking for lowest. That means it has to be close to x-axis, other way around. So what number is close to x-axis will decide the answer of this case. So it comes out to be Kumars is comes out to be here. You can see Kumars comes out to be right answer of this case, because which is very close to x-axis. So right answer is Kumar, which is answer option C here. Look at next question. Next question, they're asking which family has the lowest average savings. How will you decide saving? When your income is equal to expenditure, there is no saving. So lowest saving comes out to be when number is very close to your this particular line, when x is equal to y, this particular line. So again, you can see right answer for this question comes out to be for Dubey, right? Because Dubeys are over this line, right? You can see Dubeys are almost over this line. So that's why right answer for this question comes out to be Dubey, which is answer option D again. Now look at the last question. They're looking for in last question highest amount of saving. When you're looking for highest amount of saving, that means you are looking for a number which is far away from x is equal to y. So highest amount of saving you can see from is a far away. When your income is very high and expenditure is very low, it comes for Ahuja family. So right answer is Ahuja family, which is answer option E. So I hope you understood what the meaning of all these questions. So meaning of first question, far from y-axis. Second question, close to y-axis. Third question, close to x into y. And last question, far from x into y. So these are the questions based upon x and y segment. Look at the next question. This question anyway I have discussed in class, so I will be giving only answer keys. So these are the answer keys: C, D, and E, C, E, D, and definitely question number 3 is the easiest question here, because in question number 3 you have to look into what number is coming over this line. So you can immediately mark answer option D is right, because Spain is here, right, and UK is here, because these two question is based upon question number 3 is based upon what numbers are very close to this line. So these two countries are very close to this line, so it comes out to be answer option D here, right? So these are questions were based upon x into y, except this you will see this question also based upon x into y. This also I have discussed in class. So you can see why is it x into y case lit. The reason behind it, because whatever is given to us in segment terms in over y-axis, same is given to us over x-axis in other diagram. So how will you approach this question? You can take this D is fixed, is given to us 100. So Maruti becomes a 18, this becomes 5, this becomes 35, this becomes 18, this becomes 25. Because when I assume this, when after assuming this is equal to 100, all these percentages will become actual numbers. So all of them are given to us in terms of actual numbers. right? So when all of them are given to us in terms of actual numbers, I am discussing case set number 18 here, right? I am discussing case set number 18 in this scenario. So all of them are giving actual numbers here. When I fix this 100, now when Maruti V note is given to us 18 in D segment. So if you look at D segment, this 36% should be equal to 18. Of what number we will take 36%, which is equal to 18? It comes out to be 50. So this is given to us 50 here. Similarly, D segment Hyundai V note is a 5, so 20% of some number is equal to 5, then that number has to be 25. This is given to us 25. Similarly, if you see Tata here, it is given to us 35, so they are saying 35% of some number is 35, so that number has to be 100 here. Similarly, they are saying 24% of a number is equal to 18 here, so that number has to be 75 in terms of GM, and last number has to be 50 here. So these are the numbers are given to us. So when numbers you got it, everything will come very easy, and you can mark the right answer based upon this particular case, which comes out to be CBBA. So these are right answers, comes out to be CBBA. What you supposed to understand here, you have to fix one parameter here, 100, and after fixing this number, you can put these actual values here: 18, 5, 35, 18 and 24, and on the basis of that you can fix the total amount of Maruti, Hyundai, Tata, GM and Mahindra, and then you can solve these questions. So when you solve, answer will be C, B, B, A. These are the right answers of this particular caselet. Right, so with this we will have done with all the questions which are based upon x into y. This parameter we have completely done, right? So look at the next parameter. Out of 6, 3 we have already completed. Only 3 of them are left out, which will not take much amount of time. So why don't you guys try out one more case set, questions based upon numbers. I will discuss only one question based upon number based question. So this I am discussing numbers when are involved in DI. So this I will be discussing here. So I hope this caselet you will be having in a sheet. Caselet number you can look into.